What's up YouTube, BMCool247 here with another deck profile of the old school type style. So no links, no synchros, no XYZs, no pendulums. Let's get going. So this is my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. And this is my favorite art by far. Not the completely golded one, but the gold edition nonetheless. So we're going to run 3 of those. So let's just go ahead and get started. Run 3 Blue Eyes. Of course, it's just my favorite character of all times in the Yu-Gi-Oh series there. I don't want to explain too much of why I'm running 3, but it's because I like it, okay? Blue Eyes Alternative. I was only able to pull 1 from the booster packs, so that's why I'm only running 1 of them. This is a Spirit of White back there. So if I could run more, I would, but you know, this guy's a monster popper. You can reveal 1 Blue Eyes to bring him out to the field as a special summon. And yeah, you pop monsters with this guy. So he's definitely one of the guys you want to get to as soon as possible. Dragon of White, Dragon Spirit of White, 2 of them. This guy is a magic and trap popper. He's also really, when it comes out, he's also really good during the battle phase. If you're attacking directly with him and you know your opponent's not going to stop that and you have a Blue Eyes in your hand, you can pop him off the field and get a Blue Eyes to make another attack to maybe even end your opponent there. So run 2 of those guys. 2 White Stone of Legend. A lot of cards. As long as he gets sent to the graveyard, you get a Blue Eyes to your hand. Just running 2 of those. So because it's always good to have a Blue Eyes in your hand for maybe alternative. Maybe you can do the Dragon and the Spirit of White. Bunch of different reasons why you would want to have Blue Eyes in your hand and why you wouldn't want to, in case you can't get them out. Mid in with Eyes of Blue. Usually in the beginning I didn't have her in the deck because I saw other deck profiles. I'm like, maybe not, but hey, she is really good, really shiny. I like shiny. And yeah, anything that targets her, so your opponent really doesn't like this card because they usually target her unless they effect veil her, then you're screwed. But other than that, she's good to she's a good card to have when you're drawing. When you have nothing on the field, you draw this card, you're like, yes, I can just put it face up and attack, and hopefully I don't get effect veiler. But other than that, she gets a free Blue Eyes out for you. 3 White Stone of the Ancients, probably one of the best cards in this set here, because as long as this is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. So that can be Dragon of Spirit or regular Blue Eyes or whatever other Blue Eyes monsters you have in your deck. You can't get alternative, unfortunately, because he must be first special summoned by revealing a Blue Eyes, so I don't think that works out. But other than that, you can pop either a Magic Trap with the Dragon Spirit of White, or you can use the or you can get just a 3000 beat stick, the regular Blue Eyes. Effect Veiler, protect your guys from nasty monster effects. Foolish Burial, set a monster from the deck to the graveyard. You want a White Stone of Legend, you want a White Stone of Ancients to be sent. You want it depends on the scenario. You can even send a Blue Eyes or a Dragon Spirit of White to the grave, and then you can like maybe you can pop him back to the field with one of those reborn cards that we're gonna come across here for Blue Eyes. Trade in. Only bought 1 of these. I might run more in the future, but if you have too many Blue Eyes, too many beat sticks in your hand, and you can't play them, trade them back in with that. Dragon Shrine, 3 of them. It's good to open up with 1 of these in your hand because it gets the cycle going. So you can send Blue Eyes and a White Stone of Ancients to your grave. Dragon Spirit of White is considered a normal monster, so you can send him to the grave. Pretty much send up to 2 dragons to the grave for you. So you at least can get a Blue Eyes. If you have 1 of these in your deck, you can at least get a Blue Eyes onto your field at least at the end of the turn. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Future Fusion. This is not banned, surprisingly. I haven't really been looking at the ban list until lately, and I was pretty sure this was gonna be banned, but you can run 3 of these if you want. I only have 2 of them, but you can essentially get 2 to 3 blue eyes out in 1 turn if you use Future Fusion. You can get you can only use the White Stone of Ancients, I think, once per turn, but at least you can pop you can banish it and pop a blue eyes to your hand. So if you send this to the graveyard, you can banish this card to pop this to your hand, and then if you have blue eyes in your hand, you can bring this guy out. You can get up to 2 to 3 blue eyes with Future Fusion in the first turn. Depends on what your hand's like, but it's a really powerful card. And you want to run this with the 5-headed dragon. I should be showing this, but 5-headed fusion's supposed to be here for it. So you can bring any 5 dragons out. Also, before I end on that, Future Fusion brings, you send this to the grave. That's how you get the blue eyes to your hand. Then you can pop this guy from the grave to your hand using the White Stone of Ancients. A lot of combos out there, but that's why I use that Future Fusion. This is one of the reborns I was talking about, Silver's Cry. If you have those guys in your grave, or if you have Dragon Shrine, you have this in your hand. Yep, definitely send one blue eyes to the grave, so then you can just easily bring them back up. If you have too many blue eyes in your hand, just summon them with Ancient Rules. Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard 1 card, hopefully the White Stone of Legend, or even the White Stone of Ancients. Let's see, White Stone of Ancients. Yeah, you don't need it from the field to the grave. You just need it as long as it's in the graveyard, or sent to the graveyard. Yeah, Melody of Awakening Dragon works well with those eggs. And you get pretty much an alternative and a blue eyes to your hand, so you get a free alternative summon. I added this one because you can, since it's your turn, you have a lot of agility over your opponents. Even if they get a draw and discard 1 too, you get to act first with that effect, so it's a little bit better on your end. And you could discard, of course, the eggs as well. I would have 3 of these if I could, but because they're $8, $9 cards. But yeah, free special summon and a defender of your dragons from battle and or card effects. Fiendish Chain, run 3 of them. Partially because I was playing my friend's Monarchs deck, and I read that this could defend from those Monarchs when they are tribute summoned. But also this is useful for other effect monsters as well. Oh, there goes the dog. The dog chain reaction there. Chain links. We got Champion's Vigilance. Since this guy's a normal 2, you're getting 5 cards you can have on the field that are normal type that you can defend. Because this thing pretty much defends you from a spell, or not even defends you. If a spell or trap or a monster would be summoned or an effect is activated, or just a lot of stuff that would happen, you can just use this to counter that. So I like having these. Solemn Strike's one of the newer cards. A lot of special summonings and monster effects going off in today's world, so just stop it. Just throw money at it and stop it. Breakthrough Skill, good for those Monarchs again, but good for those one-timer effects, and if it happens again, you can just banish it from the graveyard. So from 2 different effects that would occur, you can stop it with Breakthrough Skills. Usually when you stop it one time, when it's your turn, you can probably kill that thing or whatever that's happening. And Solemn Judgment, because I haven't had a Solemn Judgment when I was a child. I was deprived of a Solemn Judgment, but now I'm older and I pulled one of these. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay now. So now I'm gonna throw it in my deck. Hope you guys like that deck profile. I will be making more, like I said in the last video, but because I have like 50 decks that I've made already. This is one of my better ones. Gonna amp up the other ones too, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. These are just some of the cards that I've had, some of the cards I bought. Try to be within reason for budget, but I love this. It's fun. Let me know what you guys think. BM Cool logging out.